This is the grown-up version of the Naked 2 palette. That's what I would say. Oh gosh. Matte neutrals that actually match your undertone and don't age your eyelids. Is there such a thing? Natasha Denona would like to tell us yes there is, in her new Eye Sculpt Texture and Tone palette. It's like a trapper keeper for grown-up eyes. But is it mature skin friendly? Well, if you know Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes, her formulations are buildable, blendable, buttery. They're all the things that you would want in an eyeshadow formulation for more mature eyes. No plot twist here. I'm a big fan of Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. I have 4 of them myself that I bought myself, as I did with this one. These eyeshadow palettes are $82. There are 2 of them. This is the soft one, and then there is a dramatic one. Please understand that because I paid for these myself and they're $82, I only have the soft one. The dramatic one is very pretty. It's just darker shades, and they looked a little bit more warm to me, where these look more neutral to cool, which I absolutely love. But having said that, you guys, what makes this palette so special is not only the formulations that are all Natasha Denona, but out of 18 shades, only 3 of them are shimmer. The rest are matte. Here's the best way to summarize this eyeshadow palette for me. If you have Urban Decay's Naked 2 palette and you love it, but you're bored with it because you've created different eyeshadow looks every which way you can with these 5 shadows, 6 shadows, this is this one, but on steroids. And what I think is really unique about this eyeshadow palette, it is curated and designed for everyone from the beginner all the way to the more expert professional makeup artist. Because each of these vertical columns are by undertone. So you can create a monochromatic look specific for your undertone, but you can also play with other undertones. This one here is rosy pink. This one's peach warm. This one's yellow golden. This one's neutral cool. Another peach warm and neutral cool. In addition to the vertical columns, you have horizontal rows that start from light to dark. So you can create a look all within the same tone. And if you're new to eyeshadow altogether and you're not really sure where to start, Natasha Denona's website has a template of an eye that shows you how to use these different shades, and just by switching out shades, you can create a completely different look. Here's a swatch of all of these different shades so that you can truly see how rich these pigments are. I've used this palette twice, so I can tell you from experience that what you start with in the day is pretty much what you'll end with at the end of the day. Now today we're gonna take this palette and create a day look, and then we're gonna just with a few more additional shades move it into an evening look, because we're heading into the holiday season, and as we know, holiday season is busy and we've got to create different looks really super fast, so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to start with the Nikki LaRose N13 brush. It's a tapered fluffy brush, and I'm going to start in this column, and I'm going to go right in with the middle color, which is P2. Put that shade at the tip of my brush, and the only thing I have on my eyelids right now, you guys, is a little bit of foundation to neutralize my eyelids, because they are, as of late, looking a little veiny. I don't know what that's about. I'm just gonna go in and deepen out that transition. Now, if you have hooded eyes or deep set eyes, this is where you're going to want to place this darker color, as you know, to just give some definition to the eye. See the color payout in these, you guys? You don't need a lot. They are buildable, but just start with the smallest amount of shadow to really give yourself that diffused blurred look of color, and then go in and build it if you want. Now I'm going to take that color all the way just about a pencil distance from my eyebrow, all the way to the inner corner, but not putting it on my eyelid. We'll save that for our nighttime look. Before I finish my eyes, I want to go to my lips real quick, because I just caught myself in the mirror and I don't have on any lipstick. I don't have on any lip color right now because I did a video literally 2.5 years ago on lip blushing, and many of you have asked for an update on what the lip blushing looks like. If you're unfamiliar, I'll leave that video linked down below. Lip blushing is a temporary tattoo of color to your lips that is supposed to last about 2 years. I did mine in January of 2023. It is now September of 2025. The color has faded. I've had this shade left for about the last 8 months, and I wish this was the shade I could have started with. It does fade gradually over time, but I love what it is faded to. So at the 2.5 year mark, this is what color I have left, and it's about 3 shades darker than if I wouldn't have done any lip blushing at all. As it wears off, it does wear a little patchy, and because I can see some areas where it's a little bit lighter, and then I can see areas where it's a little bit darker. I'm the only one that notices that. I don't think my husband even notices it. So this is what lip blushing looks like at the 2.5 year mark for me. Now, depending on how much you're in the sun and peeling can also affect how long the pigment stays in the skin. So just if you're wondering, this is what you get 2.5 years later. All right, I need some lipstick. I'm going in with Spice from Jane Iredale and South Shore by Makeup by Mario. All right, let's get back to the eyes. I'm gonna grab a flat tapered brush. This is Sigma's ES4. Yes, ES4, or maybe it's E54. Can't tell without my glasses. And I started here in the crease, and I'm gonna work my way this way just to deepen up that color a little bit. And I'm gonna put that shadow on the edge of my brush, really build that shadow up. And then I'm just gonna go to this outer corner, about half of my eye, and deposit that color. See what I mean? It doesn't take much at all to get a really pretty blurred out, dare I say muted. Where's my hair clips? It's a muted shade, which I think is easier and more friendly for those of us with mature skin, because you don't want something that's so harsh that you have to spend a lot of time blending out. So now that I've got the color there, I'm just gonna go in with the Nikki LaRose N13 medium tapered brush and softly blur that and bring what's left on my brush onto my eyelid. But again, this is our daytime look, so we're not trying to go too dark. We're not going for a smoky eye. We're just going for a nice look and some definition to the eye that would be appropriate for errands, appropriate for the office, appropriate for whatever you have going on today. Just really blending that everywhere. Love that look so far. Next, I'm going to pick up a pencil brush, and because I've worked here and here, I'm going to skip all the way to this shade right here, staying in the horizontal row. You don't have to, you can go do whatever you want. I'm just going to create a little bit of an eyeliner look, but only on this first half or third, and then flick it out. I'm not trying to create a wing, just a little bit of more definition to the eye. And still there's no fallout. With that same darker brush, I'm gonna go just below the shade that I used earlier, because it's the same tone. I'm gonna create a little bit of an eyeliner at the bottom of the lashes. And last, I'm going to pick up a flat brush, and I'm going to go into this lighter color right here. And I just want to brighten up that inner corner of my eye a little bit, about the width of the brush on both sides, but staying underneath that crease. We'll add a little to the bottom, just to open up that eye area that says, hey, I got a full 8 hours of sleep last night, even though you probably didn't. That is the look. We need to add a little bit of mascara. I did get a new mascara in PR the other day, you guys. This is by Sigma, who does make some beautiful products as well as some amazing brushes. So they have this new lash icon. It says it's lengthening and volumizing, and it's a tubing mascara. It volumizes, lifts, lengthens, and defines, curls, and separates. I mean, that's everything you would want in a mascara. So it is right here. This is called Lash Icon by Sigma. It's very pretty packaging. I love a good tubing mascara. It is a curved brush with very small bristles, which I love. And I love a good tubing mascara. So let's just see. All right, so we have a new entrance into the tubing mascara game, and Lash Icon by Sigma. I like it. So here's our daytime look. Now let's fast forward a little bit and pretend we just ran home from work and we have something we have to do this evening. It's not a full glam night, but it's something that we need to elevate our look for. We're gonna go back to the same palette because for $82, I need to know that this works morning, night, every day of the week, every month of the year. I need to get a lot out of it, and so far I think we're doing pretty good. So first thing I'm gonna do is grab that small pencil brush, and I'm gonna go into this color right here, and I'm going to pull it out as though I was making a lazy wing. So pulling it out from that outer corner, just a little bit to the tail of my eyebrow, so something like that. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it. Now you're gonna pick up a fluffy brush, blend it softly, no color on that brush. We just wanna blend that because we need that as a template, okay? Because we're going to add some darker colors, but we don't wanna go below that line we just created. Now with that fluffy brush, we're gonna go into this color right here, and we're gonna use the template we just created and go over this whole third of our eye, from way up here all the way down to our lash. Not all the way to the brow bone though. We want to stop about a pencil distance away from that eyebrow. You guys, these eyeshadows are so buttery and so creamy. If you are intimidated by cream eyeshadows, this is a very nice alternative because these apply like cream, they blend like cream, they build like cream. The formula is incredible. I also picked up her new foundation. I haven't opened it yet. I haven't even tried it yet, but I did really like what it said, that it was designed with more dry skin in mind. I almost picked up the new Makeup by Mario foundation, you guys. I was at Sephora and I was reading about it, and the reason I didn't get it is because it said it was best for normal to oily skin. Now I know many of you have oily skin, so it may be something that you want to try. I just felt like the majority of us in this age bracket over 50, again, I can't apply to everyone all the time, but the majority have normal to dry skin, so I did not get it to review. But this new Natasha Denona High Glam, I'm pretty excited about reviewing. So you can see I'm just taking that same shade, same fluffy brush, and just building up that color all the way around the eye, except those inner corners where we have that lighter color, because I don't want the whole thing to be dark, because then there's no dimension, there's no movement, there's no shadows, there's no highlight. It's all the same shade, which is not how your eye is. So you should have something that looks like that. Now we're gonna go in with a small pencil brush, and I think I'm gonna go into that same shade, which is that N3. That N3 is a really pretty cool brown shade. And I'm going to smoke out this bottom lash line a little bit more. My husband has no idea what look I'm doing today, so when I come out of the studio and I've got this really pretty dark look on, he's gonna be like, whoa. I have to tell you guys, the other day I did a quick story on Instagram about your age is your superhero. I'll put it right here. I sent it to my husband because he was at work, and he calls me right away and he goes, "Where'd you get that costume?" I'm just slowly building up that under eye, because if you're like me and you want an evening look but you don't want it to be really dark, starting slow and building and building and building is really the way to go. Now I'm going to take that same shade and just go in this outer corner, because we're gonna blend it in a little bit more, almost a little bit of a smoky eye. And we're going in the crease, but also below, onto the shadow, onto the lid, but not in that inner corner. Just slowly building some dimension and blurring out any harsh lines. Next, I'm just gonna take the pad on my finger and I'm gonna go into this center C1. This is one of the shimmer shades. You guys, I mean, hello, highlighter. Yes, please. Oh my. Okay, good call. What do I have in the back of my finger now? Did I dip that in a shade? Why did I wear white today? Okay, well I wasn't intending to use this as a highlighter, but I mean, we're going to, because here we are. And Just go right here, because why not? Need a little on our lip. Okay, let's finish the look, Jody. Back to the eyes. Super pretty. You could do this with a brush if you are not as comfortable with your fingers. And I'm just gonna go right on the inner corner, bringing that out to about the halfway mark of the inner eyes. Now I have wrinkles on my eyelids, so sometimes I shy away from glitter or highlighted colors. These are hello, stunning. And you can always just take a little brush and softly press into any wrinkles that you have, which I do, and smooth out that shadow. Just add what's left, take what's left on my brush and just go up to that brow bone. Boom, mic drop. We're gonna go with another coat of mascara because this is a very dramatic, well for me it's dramatic, evening look. Can even throw on some false lashes here and it would be stunning. All right, you guys. Well, if you are new to my channel, think of me as your midlife beauty bestie, and today we tested an eyeshadow palette that I am in love with. Think about this too, as who's on your holiday shopping list, because it is right around the corner. Who would like this? And yeah, somebody's gonna be super happy when they open this under the Christmas tree. This is a winner. I hope I love her foundation as much as I love this new eyeshadow palette. So let's summarize. It is the best formulas that she's ever created. It is a palette that is very easy to work with, very mature skin friendly because it only has 3 shimmers in 18 shades. It is your Naked 2 palette on steroids. This is the grown-up version of the Naked 2 palette. That's what I would say. Oh gosh, if I would have just dropped that, you guys, that would have been a disaster. So let me just stop messing around. I'm gonna go enjoy my new look for night, even though it's the middle of the day. Well, that does it for me today, you guys. If you're still looking for more makeup tutorials and you wanna really submerge yourself in this fall time of the year, then check out this video. It's one of my latest tutorials. I'll see you in just a couple days. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.